for something completely different. If you're wondering what the heck this is, it's not a Tonka toy, it's actually a K car. And this is, it's quite a clever Japanese scheme to try and get around tax. Basically, the government imposed strict size dimensions and an engine capacity of, I think, 700cc. So to get around that, they did all sorts of crazy, turbocharged, wackily styled things, and engineers really, and designers really went to town on them. And this is one of their products. So this is a Daihatsu Wake. It's also badged as a Toyota Pixis Mega. I know, don't ask me why. And isn't it a funky little thing? And little really is the word. I'm not a giant, I'm 6'2". The bonnet is level with my hip. And if I come round here, I can actually clean the roof by standing on tiptoe. Totally ridiculous. So quite a crazy, fun little thing. Wellhouse are going to be starting converting on these soon, and they're going to be a compact camper van. The dimensions are ridiculous, really, really tiny, but they're going to put, it's going to be a conversion with a side kitchen and a bench seat on the other side. Possibly one, possibly two people can sleep in it, and it will have travel seats for up to 3. So quite a clever, funky, different little thing, packed with charisma. So let's take a closer look at some of its features and we'll go for a drive in it in a minute. I mean, I'll be honest, in this colour I can't take it very seriously. It's ridiculous looking and I can't even begin to tell you how tiny it is. It really is small. I'm using a wide angle lens here, so it might make it look a bit bigger. We actually had to tape the rear trade plate on because it turned out the tailgate's plastic. So very funky little thing. Look at its tiny little wheels. Look, the size of my hand compared to the wheel. And what size are these? 14-inch wheels. I mean, I haven't had anything with 14-inch wheels since I was on my rally burner. Crazy. Crazily dinky little thing, and it's got lots of nice detailing. Look at all this round the indicator. Very, very nice. And if you check out the grille, so this one is badged as Daihatsu, but they also come in Toyota flavour. Get all the detailing. It's a funky thing. We'll put a graphic on with the exact dimensions on. But trust me, it is not a big car. It will, I mean, look at that. It's ridiculous. The wide angle makes the wheels look even smaller. If I come back a bit, I mean, it just makes you smile, doesn't it? What a ridiculous little camper. Great fun, great fun. Right, let's check out the interior. Now, hopefully you can see with the light. Oh, there you go. It's got little Wake branded mats on this one. But yeah, the seats, so 2 adults can fit in the back. And I'm just going to pop over here. I'll just come over to the other side. Absolutely loads of room in here. I mean, 8 inches of headroom. And I'm not a small person. I'm 6'2", so this is crazy. How have they managed to get so much room in it? I've got loads of shoulder space. Oh, I've also noticed I've got a useful shade as well. That's useful if you need to carry kids in it. So yeah, keep children a little bit cool. That's the obligatory curry hook. And I presume this forms some kind of table when the seat's folded down, so we'll do that in a minute. It's even dafter looking at the rear because it really emphasises the boxiness of it. I mean, it is truly a ridiculous vehicle. Look at the wheels. I mean, does it come with just the cat? Absolutely crazy little thing. So let's take a look in the rear. So imagine, if you will, a pop-top conversion on it. Now I'm just going to pop these seats down. So, and actually it's got quite a practical, given its body length, it's got a real practical amount of space. Because it's so tall, I reckon you get a couple of bikes in there. If you take the front wheel off, easy. So yeah, surprising amount of room, and look, there's loads of little extra deep storage. Again, this is ridiculously deep. I can put my legs in it. How deep is that? This is crazy. So what a TARDIS. What a TARDIS of a vehicle. But yeah, so if you can imagine, in here, we'll have some photos before we do this video. You can imagine over on this side, you'll have a bench seat, single bed style arrangement. Then over on this side, some form of cabinets, cooking facilities, bit of storage facilities, and a sink. A lot of room to play with, and it's quite astonishing given the body length. So yeah, quite a fun little thing. So let's check out the cab area. So quite a conventional door card, a little bit of storage in the door pocket. I'll just climb aboard and show you some of the features. Now straight away, it's got a sort of bench seat arrangement with an armrest that just folds up out of the way. I'll just pan down so you can see that. A little bit of storage in it as well, but let's just fold that out of the way. And proper adult size grown-up seats, and they're comfy. Now one thing I have noticed, I bet it's got storage under this seat, so we'll just pull that. Yeah, look at that. It's got a little bit of storage, and this bucket comes out, and there's yet more storage underneath. So very practical detailing in this vehicle. The dash itself, I'm just going to fire it up so you can see everything going on. So the dials do a nice little dance, and all quite conventional, bit of Japanese writing, but other than that, nothing too radical. It's miles away from you. There's a great big slab of material, and if I sort of pan back, you can see just how much room I have in this vehicle. You've got electronically opening doors. You've also got electric windows and mirrors, and naturally they fold in. Oh, they're so cute. They're like the ears on a cat. Tiny little mirrors. Steering wheel, again, fairly conventional. This one's got a Daihatsu logo on, but they're also available in Toyota flavour. Various controls for the stereo, usual indicators on the right, wipers on the left. Automatic gearbox, it's a CVT mated up to a 660 cc turbocharged petrol, which I think is 64 horsepower, so quite a nippy little thing. And conventional controls for your air conditioning, pretty intuitive. I'll just switch that off. Fan direction, temperature, all that sort of good stuff. This one appears to have been fitted with an aftermarket stereo. I'm not sure if it's to UK spec, but Wellhouse can always fit a UK spec one. Plenty of storage. We've got various cubby holes, cup holders, and down here, what have we got down here? What does that do? Oh, just a little socket cover, and a little storage binnacle down there. It's also a bench seat arrangement, so you can slide all the way across. So that would be quite good if you want to access the front from either door. The doors are big and you can get in and out easily. And yeah, in front of the steering wheel, you expect the gauges? No, you've got a cubby hole. So yeah, overall, it's a funky little thing inside, and its party piece has to be just the amount of room everywhere. It is bizarre it's so small. I think because it's got a bonnet that's about as long as the nose of a cat, it gives a lot more interior space for its footprint on the road. So amazing amount of room in it. You would not expect that, but I suppose better take it for a drive now. Right, so let's see how the Daihatsu Wake, or Toyota Pixis Mega, if you prefer, drives. Now we've got 660cc turbo, 64 horsepower. It is ULEZ compliant. It's a petrol engine with a CVT automatic gearbox. So let's see how this little nipper drives. Oh, it'd help if I took the handbrake off. I mean, it's such a different vehicle to be in. It's so upright and boxy. I don't know if you can see the headroom. I thought I had a lot of headroom in the Mitsubishi Delicia D2 I drove earlier, but this is just ridiculous. I could have another head on me here. Absolutely crazy. So it's built to Japanese K-car regulations, so they're designed to be very small and narrow, and I think they had a maximum cylinder capacity of 700cc. So now if you think they're all going to be boring, what actually happened was, and it was to fit under a tax regulation. You basically paid a lot more tax if you had a larger vehicle. So engineers really got a hold of this and went completely mad. In the 80s you had K-cars, which were turbocharged four-wheel drive monsters, and this one you can get with four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive. So quite interesting specs, and I think engineers, you know, when you give an engineer a problem, they'll come up with a load of solutions, but they got really creative with the K-cars, hence the sort of crazy styling, the boxy good looks of this one. But yeah, if you're looking for a car with a bit of charisma, then a K-car's not a bad place to look. I can't believe how it is bizarre inside. This absolutely defines a TARDIS. It is crazily large inside. I'm struggling to touch the windscreen. It's got huge windows. Yeah, fun. Now the other thing I noticed on this particular one, when I first got in it, I've got to put this on. So it had a CD in it. Now normally I'd be worried about copyright. However, in this case, I think I'm fairly safe. You get the idea. So we're just leaving the 30-mile-an-hour zone. So I'm just going to put my foot down and see what happens. Not a lot. It's making me laugh though. It's just funny to drive. It's like driving a Mario Kart. It's just fun. Feels quite firm on the road, surprisingly. It's just funny. Right, come on, be a professional, Peter. Come on. Well, that was a corner and it went round it without falling over, so that's good. I don't know why I'm laughing so much. Oh, it's just so cheerful, isn't it? Oh, what a happy-go-lucky little thing. Right, let's do some serious handling tests around the village green here. Okay, chuck it into the corner. Yep, made it. It's tiny. It feels so small, and the turning circle's ridiculous. In fact, I'm going to do something naughty. I'm just going to turn all the way round on this junction because I can. Isn't that ridiculous? Oh, this is just fun. That's ridiculous. Why is it? This is like driving a radio-controlled car. But it's quite big on the inside. It's absolutely bizarre. Do you know what as well? I've driven a lot of camper vans over the years, and you get the odd wave, the odd smiley face. This, everyone loves it. I mean, admittedly, it's bright orange and looks like something, you know, it looks like it should have Playmobil written on it. It's ridiculous, but it's great fun, it's cheerful, and actually, so inside, let's focus on the practical things. Well, I've got cup holders, I've got lots of cubbies, I put my phone there, I've got easy temperature controls, intuitive gear lever. Oh, I've just noticed it's got something that says S. Is that for sport? Let's put it in sport and see what happens. Oh, it has. Yeah, this is, and bizarrely, it'd be an ideal car to pick your mates up for the pub because there's loads of room in it. Doesn't take up a lot of room to park, can fit in anywhere. This is the perfect pub vehicle. So, yeah, absolutely hilarious to drive. It's comfortable. I'll go over this pothole. Yeah, suspension's fine. The engine, there's not a lot to go, but it's very enthusiastic. It makes an excitable noise, and it's a cheerful little happy thing. So it fits with the ethos of the vehicle, really. Loads of visibility is excellent. I think even if you're small, tall, anyone can fit in this vehicle. That you're not going to have a size issue with this. The steering wheel, I've not adjusted it, seems in a fine position. Does it have any adjustment? Not sure it does, but it's fine. The most cheerful camper van I've driven in ages. Absolutely hilarious. I don't think it'll be to everyone's taste, but I do think in an era where a lot of vehicles all look the same, this stands out as a beacon of cheerfulness, and I think that's all the better for it. There's nothing worse than a charisma-less vehicle. So I'm going to try and summarise seriously now, and this car's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. It puts a smile on your face, it's cheerful, spacious, boxy fun. I can't wait to try it as a camper van. I think it will make a great little camper. So yeah, nice one, Wellhouse. Well, I've had a good run out in it and it's hilarious. I don't think I've ever laughed so much driving a camper van. It just puts a smile on your face. It's just a happy-go-lucky, cheerful thing. Look, let's be real. This is not the sort of vehicle for poker-faced, very serious people. This is the sort of camper van you buy if you dress up as minions and go to festivals. This is your van. So, quirky, good fun, very engaging little vehicle. I can't wait to try it again when it's converted to a camper van. So, check that video out soon. I may get dressed up as a minion while I do that one. So I'll see you on the next video.